Get ready to be inspired and motivated by the life-changing quotes of Napoleon Bonaparte. Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. Courage isn't having the strength to go on, it is going on when you don't have strength. In politics, stupidity is not a handicap. Religion is excellent stuff for keeping common people quiet. Religion is what keeps the poor from murdering the rich. Show me a family of readers, and I will show you the people who move the world. History is a set of lies agreed upon. Imagination governs the world. If you want a thing done well, do it yourself. Nothing is more difficult, and therefore more precious, than to be able to decide. History is written by the winners. Take time to deliberate, but when the time for action comes, stop thinking and go in. Impossible is a word to be found only in the dictionary of fools. A leader is a dealer in hope. If I had to choose a religion, the sun as the universal giver of life would be my God. The only victories which leave no regret are those which are gained over ignorance. A woman laughing is a woman conquered. You don't reason with intellectuals. You shoot them. Men are moved by two levers only, fear and self-interest. The best way to keep one's word is not to give it. Conquests will come and go, but Delambra's work will endure. There are but two powers in the world, the sword and the mind. In the long run the sword is always beaten by the mind. The world suffers a lot. Not because the violence of bad people, but because of the silence of the good people. The reason most people fail instead of succeed is they trade what they want most for what they want at the moment. He who fears being conquered is sure of defeat. China is a sleeping giant, let him sleep, for if he wakes, he will shake the world. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Death is nothing, but to live defeated and inglorious is to die daily. Ten people who speak make more noise than 10,000 who are silent. It is the cause, not the death, that makes the martyr. Men are more easily governed through their vices than through their virtues. Circumstances. What are circumstances? I make circumstances. Ability is of little account without opportunity. As for me, to love you alone, to make you happy, to do nothing which would contradict your wishes, this is my destiny and the meaning of my life. Throw off your worries when you throw off your clothes at night. Victory belongs to the most persevering. Music is what tells us that the human race is greater than we realize. For hostile newspapers are more to be feared than 1,000 bayonets. Never tell your enemy he is doing the wrong thing. History is the version of past events that people have decided to agree upon. The surest way to remain poor is to be honest. The hand that gives is among the hand that takes. Money has no fatherland, financiers are without patriotism and without decency, their sole object is gain. To understand the man you have to know what was happening in the world when he was 20. Great men are meteors designed to burn so that earth may be lighted. Glory is fleeting, but obscurity is forever. A true man hates no one. Religion is what keeps the poor from murdering the rich. The best cure for the body is a quiet mind. The greatest danger occurs at the moment of victory. Courage is like love, it must have hope for nourishment. If we could read the past histories of all our enemies, we would disregard all hostility for them. It's the unconquerable soul of man, and not the nature of the weapon he uses, that ensures victory. Put your iron hand in a velvet glove. Great ambition is the passion of a great character. Those endowed with it may perform very good or bad acts. All depends on the principles which direct them. A throne is only a bench covered with velvet. In our time no one has the conception of what is great. It is up to me to show them. I saw the crown of France laying on the ground, so I picked it up with my sword. The only victory over love is flight. The extent of your consciousness is limited only by your ability to love and to embrace with your love the space around you, and all it contains. I have seen only you, I have admired only you, I desire only you. It requires more courage to suffer than to die. The battlefield is a scene of constant chaos. The winner will be the one who controls that chaos, both his own and the enemy's. I am surrounded by priests who repeat incessantly that their kingdom is not of this world, and yet they lay hands on everything they can get. If you wish to be a success in the world, promise everything, deliver nothing. We must laugh at man to avoid crying for him. I start out by believing the worst. There is a joy in danger. Success is the most convincing talker in the world. Impossible is the word found only in a fool's dictionary. Wise people create opportunities for themselves and make everything possible. Give me enough medals and I'll win you any war. A revolution is an idea, taken up by bayonets. Courage cannot be counterfeited. It is one virtue that escapes hypocrisy. An army marches on its stomach. Nothing is lost as long as courage remains. Un bon croquis vaut mieux qu'un long discours. A good sketch is better than a long speech. I know he's a good general, but is he lucky? War is the business of barbarians. If the art of war were nothing but the art of avoiding risks, glory would become the prey of mediocre minds. I have made all the calculations, fate will do the rest. Let France have good mothers, and she will have good sons. To write history one must be more than a man, since the author who holds the pen of this great justiciary must be free from all preoccupation of interest or vanity. When you have an enemy in your power, deprive him of the means of ever injuring you. What is the government? Nothing, unless supported by opinion. Ordinarily men exercise their memory much more than their judgment. There are so many laws that no one is safe from hanging. I make my battle plans from the spirit of my sleeping soldiers. The herd seek out the great, not for their sake but for their influence, and the great welcome them out of vanity or need.